Hello, you're very welcome. Let me guess, did you have some kind of blowout or row or something shocking, something unusual, something you did not see coming around the 13th on that Scorpio new moon? Because in many ways the energy around that was like an eclipse hangover. So as I'm sure you're aware, we finished eclipse season a week, 2 weeks before that Scorpio moon, and sometimes we get through the actual eclipse dates and we feel, oh well, that was easy and everything's great, and then it's like an aftershock. It's like turbulence from the shift of the eclipse season. So if you were watching my November energy update videos, which I did them so you guys would be prepared, and I think I said around the 11th to the 14th, that kind of time frame, definitely around the 13th, so a few days before and after that energy, just to be extra careful with how you respond, how you react with people, because there was an explosive energy very recently. Now we're also seeing this anger being purged in our external world as well. We have unbelievably biblical war energies going on in the world, and I think it's really important that every day we just take a moment or two and we really feel and send out positive beams towards the people who are being affected by these horrendous crimes, these war crimes. Innocent people who have nothing to do with this play for power, and that's all it is. It's a game. It's the toxic 3D old world toxic masculine energy of tit for tat, an eye for an eye bullshit that as humanity at this stage we should be well past. But look, we're not here to judge our journey. We are where we are as a collective. And for those of you who don't know me, my name is Avian Doyle. This is the Nameless Ones. The Nameless Ones are the angels that I channel on behalf of the collective of humanity. So recently you've probably experienced these explosive outbursts, or some people felt there was a lot of anger coming up, and some people just had blind rage. For other people, more people like myself, I didn't experience that, but I was told that for the collective there would be a purging of anger and rage and things like that, and those heavy shame energies as well. Shame and blame were a big theme playing out in the last few days, in the last week. Today's the 15th of November, so we're mid-November, so the energy sometimes, usually, not always, but usually shifts mid-month and goes into, because the moon it's going into the next moon phase as well. I'll talk a little bit about that in a moment. I have no clue what those energies are just yet, so just bear with me. This is a very spontaneous video. I just really had to come on here because I see it with people around me. I see it in clients. I see it in my work. There is this flux energy that we've been desperately trying to ground since September, October for some people. And so for myself, I got shocking news yesterday about a biopsy that I had with the results. I was really surprised because I had been told something else very, very recently, that everything was clear and fine, and then I got results that I wasn't anticipating. So I had to, and that really, and I was in a really positive space. I was in a much lighter energy than I was over the weekend, and I got this news and I just felt it spin me. So I had to remind myself And the angels had to remind me to anchor that energy down. So whatever has gone on for you, and if you're somebody who has had nothing happen the last few days or in the last week, well, lucky you, that's brilliant. But this is something can be useful whether you're going through the grounding of the aftermath of this event that happened, or this experience, or this shame coming up, or this blame coming up in you. This is a great tool to use to help to anchor in these energies. So you want to, when you feel that you're being pulled out into the spin of that energy, and it is chaos energies at play, you need to draw your awareness, pull your focus down, and anchor it into the heart. I've talked about this in previous videos as well before. Now, if your heart is full of anxiety, and if it's just really overwhelming for you right now, you can draw the energies down into the root chakra. The root chakra is a very grounding center in your body. It's a great place to go when you're feeling spun out, overwhelmed, in shock. It'll bring everything back down to base level. But if you can anchor into the heart, that's even, I won't say better, there's no right or wrong with this. Tune into your body knows what's best for you. Feel which chakra feels better for you. But the heart chakra has this powerful ability to neutralize and dissolve and also integrate and upgrade. Basically, your heart is like the alchemist. It takes the lead of your emotion and it turns it into gold. So your heart is a very, very powerful center in the body. Now, the base does a similar thing, but more that the base is about. So just say you just don't feel you have the energy to integrate something and upgrade it into something that's now wisdom and knowledge and experience and lessons learned. If you're like, Aveen, I am not in that space right now. I've just had this big blowout happen, skin and hair flying. What I would suggest is then you draw it down into the root, right at the base of your spine. Think of your coccyx, think of your perineum, and simply anchor it in there and just neutralize it by letting it literally drop down into the earth. So imagine that you're dropping like a big bag of puffed air that's full of all that anxiety and tension and anger and frustration and whatever else you're feeling, especially if it's shame or blame. You can actually do both. This is just coming to me now. The angels are like, well, you can use both chakras, together. But definitely just drop that. See that big bag of stuff, that baggage being dropped down. Now, you visualize in your meditation that you're going beneath the center of the earth. So go further down, go down. And there's a place, and it's like the way I remember the first time I visited this place, and the angel showed me this in a vision. It's kind of like a recycling center. Yeah, it's kind of like a place you can go to recycle your baggage, your old energy. You can cut cords, and I always drop it down there as well. And you just see it like a big black bag of stuff just being dropped into that recycling center. And make sure you cut any cord so that when you come back up with your awareness back into your body, you're not drawing it back into your body. So just keep it simple. You can't get it wrong. Don't overthink it and, oh, what if I, just drop the bag, drop the baggage. Put all your energy that is weighing you down into this black bag, and then just drop it, cut the cord, drop it, let it go, and come back up into your energy. Then you could go into the heart. And if there's anything left over, like lessons, feelings that need to be integrated or embraced, then you can draw them in there and you can neutralize them and you can upgrade them, turning that lead to gold. So I hope this is helpful. Let's talk a little bit about the November energy, the second part of November that's coming up. I'm going to do a second video for that. I'm trying to make my videos shorter because I feel like they just go on too long sometimes. And when I'm in this channeling teaching mode, I have no concept of time. So I'm often stunned when I look back at the length of the video. I'm like, whoa, I didn't know that I'd been talking for that long. It just felt like 10 minutes or 5 minutes. So, you know, I would definitely implement this tool. Just remember, when all that stuff is swirling around you and you're feeling spun out, it's up to you to pull yourself back to center. Because when you come back to center, when you go into that heart space, you're safe. This is the I of the I am. It's in here, okay? So to feel safe and just to bring everything, just to take all that stuffing out of it and just take all the hot air out of the balloon and just bring it back down. And take a deep breath and just breathing into the heart and just telling the body and telling the heart, I am neutralizing this anxiety. I am taking this overwhelmment down, 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 down. And you can even see it on a scale of 1 to 10, coming from 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and see it just dissolving into a beautiful 0 where you're able to just say, I surrender, I let this go. This is what it is. We've gone through the 1111 portal, which was huge, by the way. And if you didn't feel that, I'd be very surprised, because we had tremendous shifts, endings and beginnings happen, especially on this 1111 portal. It was, like, I so wanted to come on and do a video, but I was actually wrapped up in my own healing. I was so pulled into the storm of the energy right now. And actually, we actually had Storm Debbie. We actually had a storm recently as well. So that's actually coincided with the emotional storm. And you might notice this, that Gaia, planet Earth, often echoes back what's going on internally. So when there's anger and the old you, the old world, the old 3D programs coming up to be released, there's wars, there's conflict, there's people, there's aggression. It's being mirrored. We're all mirroring each other, right? So it's being mirrored back and forward to each other. And it's this thing that no man is an island. So if there is a conflict happening and you're seeing it, you're witnessing it, you're hearing about it, you can't detach from that, because we are all brothers and sisters here, right? We're all children of the cosmos. So we're all affected. We're all affected by, it's not a case of, well, that's over there. You know, some people can have a very detached, individualistic, you know, the Western world can be very detached from its community. We are a community here on planet Earth, and it's really important that every day we pray for each other and that we send out those beams of light as well. What else did I want to say there? I'm trying to think, was there anything else I wanted to say? Yeah, I would say light language as well is really, really powerful at this time. So either do your own light language to anchor into the heart or into the root chakra, whatever you're trying to diffuse. Or you can listen to my videos. I have lots of all my videos are free here, and there's several videos on light language. Just trust that your intuition, you'll click on the one that's right for you at this time. And it's a very quick, fast, powerful way to shift through energies and shift through blocks, light languages. And just by listening to it, and you don't listen with your mind, you listen with your heart and you listen with your aura and your body, because it is a cosmic language, it is a soul language, and your body will know what to do. And if you'd like me to do another light language video for these current energies that you're trying to diffuse or neutralize or heal, just leave a comment below and I will do that. But there is a lot of healing going on right now, and there is a lot of stepping into a new worldview, and that involves seeing yourself in the mirror very differently and seeing your reality differently. And I have these timeline shifts happen every so often. Not all the time, but I did feel it the other day. I woke up and I was like, oh, everything's different. I could feel it. It was like, and you might notice that something in your world is different, like a tree that was once there will be there, or something in your house will be rearranged, or you'll be driving into work and you'll go, God, I never noticed that that shop was there, or that house was there, or I never noticed the colors on that wall before. It's your higher mind is trying to say to you, you've made a shift, things have changed, you're in a new reality, you're no longer in that old timeline. But it's up to you to acknowledge to the soul, I gotcha. I know there's a shift here. I know I've healed through another layer, and I know that I'm in a different timeline, my best timeline now. So it's just a very important time of healing and pulling in that timeline that we prefer. So it's like I said in the November energy update videos, we have to be very mindful, very careful where our energy goes at the moment. Anything that's out of place, I'm getting really strong. Anything that's out of place will be misplaced. Okay, thank you for that, angels. Anything that's out of place will be misplaced. In other words, left behind, it'll disappear. So people could disappear out of your life at this time. Objects could disappear, especially objects of high emotional intensity, like if you have a ring, or you have a piece of jewelry, or you have a piece of clothing that you feel so attached to. Maybe it's a wedding dress and you're now getting a divorce, and seeing that wedding dress has just made you cry and made you upset. You might find that, you thought the wedding dress was up in the attic, but when you went to go find it to sell it or whatever, it's not there anymore. It's like you can't find this dress, or you can't find this ring. It's the universe saying you're not in that world anymore. You're not in that timeline. And it's also a protection. Your angels are saying, we don't want you looking at this wedding dress sobbing every 5 minutes. We want to just misplace that out of your view, out of sight, out of mind kind of thing. Now, I just want to say as well, the angels have been saying that this yearly energy, this wild year of 2023, is actually wrapping up around now. So the next 2 weeks, apart from the calendar time, really by December, we've stepped into this new reality. We've stepped into this new worldview, this new world you. So anything that needs to be, any duties or chores that need to be tended to, go do that now, especially in the next 2-3 weeks. But really, as we go into like around the 4th of December, things are shifting, things have moved into a new energy. Oh yeah, they're also saying that we're wrapping up, or we've wrapped up, or at the very, very last bookends of wrapping up a 4-year karmic cycle. So a 4-year, so count that back. It's very much completing or completed for you, if not already. There might be 1 or 2 final things you need to do to complete that, such as you may want to make that phone call. You may want to take that exam. You may want to say something that you've been carrying in your throat chakra for the last few months that you just have to get off your chest to someone. So it's a really important time to honor those commitments that your soul has made, that you will complete those missions, you will complete those tasks before we head into December. So, I feel like we have to be super focused with these energies. It's very easy to get pulled into that storm and pulled into that crazy whirlwind that we've just been navigating, especially with that Scorpio new moon that had such a sting in its tail. And the last of those eclipses was a big completing energy. So that ties in with what the angels are saying about this energy now wrapping up the year. And I just cannot believe how fast this year has gone in. It has zoomed by in the blink of an eye. I feel like I only shot my video at the start of the year to say this is the year of the wild, and be wild, and what does wild mean to you? And here we are, we're wrapping it all up now. So my ancestors celebrated Halloween as the new year. That was the pagan new year. They were very in tune with the turn of the wheel of energy changes and shifts in frequency and everything. So that's what's going on. Like, really, Halloween's the very end of October, and then I feel like we're given November to kind of tie up our loose ends, tend to our tasks, and get busy. So use this focus now if you can. Try and be as focused as possible. Try and ground and anchor, hydrate and rest. That's just what they gave me there. So keep an eye out for the next few updates. If you want the light language, I will do that. And only got a very few people saying that they were interested in doing the meditation, the private meditation. So it'll be a private group. If there's more of an interest, I will do that, but I'd like a certain number of people for that to go ahead. So if you are interested, go to my website, aveendoyle.com. I'll put that in the description box, and just simply say in the email, I want to do the meditations, and then I can start to organize it. But I just feel like I don't think a lot of people saw that video or got that message. So yeah, this is a great time of meditation. It's also a great time of prayer. I can't underestimate the power of prayer. It's something I think we lose as we go along in life. We go through patches where we're full of prayer because maybe we feel we need to pray because things are not great. But every day, a little prayer is just so powerful. Because again, it's a form of focus, right? It's a positive focus. And I always say prayer is where we talk to the divine, we talk to God, we talk to the angels, and then meditation is where we listen. So if you're combining those two, it's like the masculine, talking, and then the feminine listening, the yin yang, the receptive versus the active principle. I think it's a beautiful balance if you have a bit of both in your everyday, if you can. So maybe you're meant to hear this now. Just pause and say a prayer, and to pray for those who have been affected by war, but also to pray for your own desires and your own missions and soul goals that you're creating right now in your life. So I wish you all the best with that, as always. Namaste.